Buying property in Costa Rica, is it really that easy and safe to do it? How does it work? What do you need to pay attention to? What are the pros? What are the cons? Basically, what are the dangers? What are the scams? My name is Muriel. Welcome to my channel. I live in Costa Rica since 2018, and in 2019 I invested in my first property in Costa Rica, and I've learned a bunch. And on this channel I share basically everything I've learned so far. And in today's video I want to highlight some things that I believe you can benefit from if you're thinking about buying property in Costa Rica. From my point of view, do it whatever you like, but unfortunately a lot goes wrong because people overlook the true dangers, or the danger of not knowing is actually really realistic. So I'm here to share some ideas and some experiences, and that's my goal, to help you. If you haven't subscribed, by the way, you can do it by clicking that one of the little icons you see somewhere in the corners. Hit the bell to get notified every time I upload new video. It's always Costa Rica related. And let's dive today in the topic buying property in Costa Rica. So, okay, Costa Rica is awesome, and buying property in Costa Rica can be super easy. Although the facts are, now I live here 6+ years, a lot goes wrong. Why? Because people are not informed about a lot of things here in Costa Rica. Let's take, for example, some North American people that I have spoken to who reached out for tips and advice, how I've done things as a not knowing anything about property investment whatsoever. And my story is a success, right? I bought a beautiful property that's worth way more today than when I bought it about 5 to 6 years ago, and we made a great deal. It was a great price, it was a great value. It's a good property with a lot of options, with good titles and stuff. But unfortunately, some North Americans reached out to me and said, you know, what can we do? I gave them the contact of my lawyer actually here. I don't know if he can do something, but there are people buying wrong properties, or they buy properties with the wrong titles. Basically, here's already 2 things to think about when you're thinking about buying property in Costa Rica. Have you done your due diligence? Okay, what do you know about this property? Example, North American person bought property, great price, nice neighborhood, looked all great, forgot to do the due diligence, basically forgot to do research at the local municipality, how this land is listed and stuff, and especially does it have its own entry, an official own entry. This person bought a property without having an own entry to the public road. The only entry to the property was through the neighbor's property, who refused to give access to the new buyers of this property. Now you have property you cannot enter, because the only way to enter is through a private property. That's one of the scams, unfortunately, happen still today. And it happened 10 years ago. It will happen in the future, but you can prevent this. Okay, so what you always want to do is due diligence, and including, you know, how is it registered, what are the official borderlines, access to the road and stuff. But there's way more. If you know, what can go wrong is that this property, that you have an expectation of this property that does not match with the reality. Perhaps you had a realtor who made you believe that this is a great big property where you can build on, right? With your plans to start Airbnbs and stuff. But for example, what you don't know is that this specific area that looked empty is also sold to another big property investor who has plans to make it to a very noisy restaurant-centered place, while you were thinking about make it a very quiet vacation home place with casitas for people who can sleep quietly. Now there will be built within no time a restaurant, is that a collective with music and bars. Have you dived in the the expectation of what the development of the neighborhood, for example. Oh my God, you know how many people bought property here who had no clue what was going to happen because there were already permits given to the land around it that you can find out only if you know how and if you know to think about it. So you always want to invest in property in Costa Rica that's in the benefit, right? In your benefit for what your plans are. Now there are so many other things that can go wrong. For example, I'm going to give you one more, and now I'm going to give you a tip where you basically get access to all the solutions and preventions for what can go wrong, all collected in something very, very step-by-step shared. Basically, you can go wrong. You are informed about everything. But I just want to tell this myself that what goes wrong as well is that the land is not fit to build on, for example, because you have only permission to build 2 buildings, but that doesn't match with your plans on building like 6 or 8 or 10 Airbnb little homes to rent out. Also, a lot of realtors don't do that. A lot of good realtors exist, by the way, but a lot of people are not informed about the real situation, what's possible with the land and the title. Also, what happens is this is about constructing a house, building a house on your own property in Costa Rica. After buying it, you're excited, yay, woo, now you're gonna build. You have no clue how to double check a contractor. I didn't know what I should pay attention to choosing a contractor. So I choose the contractor that my best friend had used to reconstruct a part of their house. And I was like, well, I don't know anyone, I don't know anything, I don't even speak Spanish yet, I'm just here for a little less than a year. Okay, then I get the contact of your contractor, which I did. Now, long story short, that contractor boss lady, so there's always a bigger contract, I didn't even know who it was. I spoke with her like, well, yes, my team and I can do it. Long story short, she was the boss of the construction team, the locals, there were a lot of Nicaraguans, a building team, and she was in charge of them. So we created the plans with an architect, and then you're going to cooperate with the construction team in the form of this chief of the building team. And long story short, she got into this agreement with my husband, and she walked off the project angry, saying, I'm not doing anything anymore. And I was like, we just paid $35 of materials at the hardware store, at the construction store. How are we going to build this house? Do you feel it? That's the biggest disaster. You don't know anything. You don't know anyone. The contractor, the team of the construction guys walked off. What's next? Now we had an architect that saved the situation. Said, this is so not fair. I'm gonna take the lead. And she that's totally not normal, led the construction team. If she wouldn't have done that, I had to sue a contractor I didn't know. Now call me green, but I know a lot of people have this. This house was delivered really well. So the casita is my mother-in-law. It's totally finished. So what I learned, if there will be a next time, I will know exactly what to do and what not. And I recommend you to do the same, because although there's lots of positive stories and word of mouth, like yay stories, or teams that are referred, or word of mouth, you get delivered some names and some tips and stuff, but you want to know it yourself. Now, since I am looking into more investing and stuff, I want to know exactly how to do it. And then I found this great, and they're Dutch people. I met people who created this course. They are a property investment expert, and they just launched, when you see this video, just launched a course that is also in English, but it's Dutch people, but they're speaking in English, and it is translated in, I don't know, a ton of other languages, also Spanish and French and Italian. And he takes you step by step through all the processes all the ins and outs according to buying or investing in property somewhere, doesn't matter where, anywhere in the world. This is united information. And the best of all, there's also experts and information about Costa Rica included in that course. And I'm like, what drives me crazy? I want this course. So I'm currently going through this course. This is so amazing. I feel ready to go to buying property in Costa Rica, investing in property in Costa Rica, because I have a step-by-step plan now created by an expert. And I just wanted to highlight this. So besides my own experiences, I hope you take action, because the cool thing is, because I am always driven to help people, I already hold the creator. Wow, I definitely believe I can help a lot of my YouTube followers by letting them know that this course exists. And there's a little fly flying around my camera, do you see? So he created an information page link that I have permission to share. So you can look at his course, and I believe, well, just see it for yourself if this is the right fit. There's a lot of information there first. I'm going to share a link down below for insight on that course, information about that course, about investing property investment anywhere in the world, all the steps, how to prevent big mistakes, big scams, and losing a lot of money and dreams. Go ahead, click the link down below and let me know what you think. I'm excited and looking forward to seeing you one day in Costa Rica. And if you had a great experience about this topic, let me know below. If you have to share something else, let us know below. I'm looking for reading your comments. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.